Oh no.
Hello, learners. Welcome to Trick Science, or right now, Health Biology. Trick Science, from the tricks that harmful viruses perform to fool our bodies into replicating more viruses. Let's get on with it. Viruses are everywhere, incredibly tiny, and can range from being super harmful to not harmful at all, or even beneficial, such as bacteriophages found in the mucous membrane lining the digestive, respiratory, and reproductive tracts that fight off and kill harmful bacteria as part of the natural immune system. But what if a new dangerous virus was to hit our favorite magical land of Hyrule? Where would it start? What would its spread look like? And what could the people of Hyrule do to curtail this virus? For the purposes of the scientific video, we're going to see what a virus comparable to one of the most, if not the most dangerous virus humankind has faced, being influenza, do. First, let's start off with where and how this new virus could come about. One probable way that a virus could enter and then spread among the population of Hyrule is from animals. Diseases that jump from animals to humans are commonly known as zoonotic diseases. These zoonotic diseases cross from animals to humans typically through either breathing in droplets in the air produced by a sneeze or cough, or by feces, urine, mucus, blood, saliva, contact with the infected animal, tainted water, tainted dairy products, surfaces in the infected animal's living space, and animal or insect bites. Also food. All that's left is for you to then touch your face where the virus gets in through the mucous membranes on your eyes, nose, or mouth. And with studies showing that the average person touches their face 16 to 23 times per hour, seriously, wash them hands. No joke. So where would the zoonotic virus appear in the Kingdom of Hyrule? Well, most likely it could appear at one of the 15 horse-carrying stables that are scattered across Hyrule. Probably being at a stable that cares for a larger variety of animals, has a large amount of insects and birds, a stagnant body of water, and has a higher number of travelers coming through it, so there's a greater chance of someone being infected. The stable that fits the criteria is none other than the Woodland Stable. Travelers beware this serene location, which, as per a quote from one of the workers, it's a central fixture for travelers. Sounds like a recipe for disaster to me. But honestly, while this all sounds right, the real culprit must be none other than Lon Ranch. That's right, folks, you heard it here. It wasn't Calamity Ganon that destroyed Lon Ranch. No, it was their shady health practices that took them down for good. But in case it was Calamity Ganon that took down sweet, innocent Mr. Talon and his lovely daughter Malon's ranch 100 years earlier, it would most likely originate at the Woodland Stable. Once this virus has transferred to a human host, it would be easy for it to start spreading around, infecting more people. All it would take is one person, one traveler to be infected, and not even knowing they're now a carrier, continue on their merry way, thus spreading the virus wherever they go. How far could they travel? How many surfaces could they infect? How many people? This all depends on the R0 or reproduction number of the virus, which is a mathematical term that indicates how contagious an infectious disease is. R0 tells you the average number of people who will catch a disease from one contagious person. So if a disease has an R0 value of 15, you can expect one individual to infect 15 other people. This value is calculated through factors such as the period of time that a person is infectious, the virus's mode of transmission, with viruses that can travel through the air being the most dangerous, and the contact rate that individuals have with others, which depends on if they stay in a room or are out walking around. Influenza, back when it was called the Spanish flu and killed upwards to 50 million people, had an R0 value of 1.8, meaning that for every person infected, they can be expected to infect nearly 2 more people. Looking at the world of Hyrule, we can estimate that the virus would most likely hit the Foothill and Wetland stables first, with the virus spreading from the Foothill stable to the south and east Akala stable, thus infecting the Akala region, places like Terrytown, and at the same time making its way into the Lanera region and Zora's domain. While this is going on, the virus would make its way outwards from the Wetland stable, easily infecting the other connected horse stables, and eventually the regions that they're located in, as infections start to rapidly pop up in the Necluda and Faron regions, with hotspots like Hateno and Lurlin Village seeing many cases, while Kakariko Village remains hidden and pretty safe. The virus will continue continue onwards towards the Gerudo and Hebra regions. Hebra Mountain would see an incredibly low to no infection rate due to the fact that most people can't even survive or climb up it, and it has an incredibly low population. The Rito, which is probably the last species you would want to get infected, would then be staring down the virus if any members of their flying species haven't already been infected and flown the virus all over Hyrule. Gerudo Town, which would have a large preparation time before the virus hits thanks to the buffer of its long canyon road and desert, would have to go into a complete lockdown to all outsiders, yes, even to women Gerudo, if they saw the infection coming, cause out of all the towns and villages, they could probably prepare in time. Just fill up that canyon with rocks and you're fine. Okay, maybe not. Korok Forest would be fine if the wooden Koroks were immune to the virus, or if any travelers just couldn't find their way through the forest. The only real safe haven would be the Elden region or Death Mountain. Yeah, safe. Not only because it's insanely hard to get to, but because you literally light on fire if you go too high up the mountain, which is far too hot of an environment for any virus to survive in, being at least a minimum of 600 degrees Celsius. You could literally sneeze in a Goron's face and the virus wouldn't make it to them. And then he said, "Goron shall inherit the earth." So what could the population of Hyrule do to stop the spread of this virus? The major problem with a pandemic hitting Hyrule is that they have no vaccine, and unless they use some pretty amazing magic or raid them hidden fairy fountains, I don't see them coming up with a cure anytime soon. And almost more importantly, they have little to absolutely no major spaces, or rather any hospitals in existence to isolate and treat their sick. The only thing left for the populace to do would be to possibly build shelters to quarantine their sick, close off their towns, and practice some extreme social distancing. Maybe they already got that covered. Making sure that they constantly wash their hands, practice proper hygiene, continually wipe off surfaces with bleach or alcohol-like solutions, and avoid touching their faces, or else face the wrath of a virus in a world with little to no health care, apart from their delicious, heart-filling food. Let me know what towns and villages you think would survive if a pandemic hit Hyrule in the comments. Terry Town for the win, am I right? Anyways, that's just some lovely science, or trick science. See you on the flip side.